In a world filled with sniveling snowflakes, where timeouts and safe places are abundant, where there's 37 genders to scroll through on a job application. Not that they have jobs. We're proud to be your salvation and your beacon to unabashed, in-your-face talk. This is Stars, Bars, and Cigars, the no-holds-barred conservative talk show hosted by battle-tested vets. Lock and load and get ready for an explosive journey through breaking news, the rich tapestry of constitutional history, and the pulse-pounding realities of Army and Navy life. Oh, and yeah, cigars. Stars, Bars, and Cigars. And now your hosts, Jimmy the Bull and Tig Tigger.
Hey, Patriots! Tig, how are ya?
I'm doing just fine, Bull. Lots of stress, but doing just fine. How the hell are you? Been a couple
I'm doing
weeks.
fine.
Been a
I'm
couple.
doing all right. I'm getting by. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Been a couple weeks. Hey, happy belated Veterans Day to all the vets out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Hang on a second. Let's let our little intro play out here.
still going, huh?
All right. Happy belated Veterans Day,
Yeah.
as Tig was saying.
What
Tonight.
a shit show this country is going through right now.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me go into a little spiel here. It won't be long. It'll just be a quick little blurb.
Get your shit together then.
So tonight we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna be reinventing the wheel here with Stars, Bars, and Cigars. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be doing our podcast like normal. We probably ain't gonna find us too easily on like Spotify or your your audios only. We're gonna probably what's that?
iHeart and all them.
iHeart, yeah, we're gonna back off of that a little bit, but you still will be able to find us on Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube, and we're looking at a couple other platforms as well, so we could hopefully get more engagement with our reels and shorts, and so yeah, we're actively pursuing this, and with our numbers on these platforms, they were kind of went down quite a bit, and I think there's some nefarious deals going on, but
Highly disappointing.
But our reels and shorts do real well. So I mean, we got some with like 10,000 and 20,000 views. It's like crazy. So
Yep.
But anyways, what are you smoking, Tig?
Well, didn't I tell you I made this big mistake? I've been smoking these for a little bit now. The Kojimar. This one's a Kojimar. They have many flavors. This one's a cognac, and it's a Robusto by Rosie Perez. Now, I told you, Bull, at first I thought that it was the Rosie Perez, the actress that was
Yes, you did.
into the cigar business. And I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. But it's not. It's a different lady. They've been around since Rosie Perez is co-owner with her husband, Ron, for Casa Perez Cigars that's been around since 1996. They're known for their naturally flavored, hand-rolled Dominican, 100% Dominican cigars. And the brand draws inspiration from a Cuban fishing village and sold in hundreds of stores nationwide. It's not exactly rated in the top. It's like an everyday cigar. It's only a $6 cigar, but it has been known to be one of the best flavored cigars in the industry because that's what they do. Flavored cigars, folks. It's just,
That sounds really interesting. I'm going to have to pick one of those up.
yeah, it's a $6 cigar. It's not bad. It's a good everyday cigar. I've had a few. It has various flavors, which include like a coffee, amaretto, cinnamon, chocolate, rum, raspberry, vanilla, honey, blueberry, cognac, and more. But I will tell you this: none of those flavors really interested me too much. I don't normally get into the flavored cigars like your blueberry and your raspberry, all that crap. But this one intrigued me because it was a cognac flavored. And
Yeah.
I like cognac, and I like coffee, espresso, cocoa flavored cigars. Um, Now this Kojimar cognac is a sweet tip. Most of them are sweet tips. Some people might not like sweet tips. I like the sweet tip cigars, and you get a hint of cognac flavor in it, especially in the beginning. You get that sweet tip with the cognac, and it's really in the beginning of this cigar. I'll tell you later on. You can ask me, Bull, in midstream through the cigar, how it's going.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, you get a lot of sweet tasting and cognac flavor, which is really, really good for an everyday cigar at the price of about $6 a cigar. So, and that, with that, oh, by the way, this is a Robusto, folks. It's 5-inch by 52 gauge. And so since I got that through and I'm done with my spiel, what the hell are you smoking tonight, Bull?
All right. I'm smoking a Perdomo Maduro Churchill. I know it's a little bit different from what I usually will smoke. I kind of like my Toros and,
Yeah.
those types, but I think I smoked one of these here, maybe a different Maduro the Habana Maduro.
Yeah.
I think I
You know,
smoked one before because they aged the wrappers in bourbon barrels.
that's
So
good stuff right there.
yeah, it's pretty awesome, and it's got a great flavor to it, by the way. It's got a Nicaraguan wrapper aged in bourbon barrels with Cuban seed and Nicaraguan seed tobacco. So it's pretty good cigar.
You know, I like Perdomo. I haven't really tried any Perdomo that has actually been a bad cigar. They usually have really good cigars, or really at
Yeah,
least solid cigars. I've never really had a bad Perdomo cigar,
right.
you know. So yeah,
So yeah, and it's about a $10 $11 cigar, 10.99. So it
that's about
wasn't
the
too bad.
average.
It doesn't break the bank.
That's about the average.
Yeah, it's about the average anymore, and it kind of sucks. Usually the
Oh,
years ago the average was like $5 a cigar. Now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Well,
double the price.
until politics got in it and the government decided to rape our asses by heavily taxing tobacco.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hmm.
So, speaking about tobacco, did you see where, to get the fucking the government douchebags back to work, the lazy pricks?
Yeah.
They had to drop, or they put into the bill like a last second thing is taking a THCA out of to make it illegal.
Yeah. I don't know what
That's going to cut down so many small businesses. It's fucking crazy. What the hell, man? What are you guys thinking?
these politicians are the biggest dicks ever. Our whole entire political, both parties are corrupt pieces of shit, complete shit. Folks, I don't care if you're a liberal, I don't care if you're a conservative. Y'all need to wake up and see that both parties are shit bags. And I think that alone should unite the American people to say it's the state versus us, and enough is enough. We've had it with these assholes in DC.
Yeah.
They are the biggest bunch of dirt bags ever. And boy, we're going to really talk about that tonight, aren't we? You know,
Yes, we are. So tonight's show is my name is Thomas Massie and MTG.
certainly not Eminem.
No, I'm pretty close though.
Oh.
So you want to kick it off there, Tiggy?
All righty. What do I say to my fellow conservatives that continue to back and say that Trump can do absolutely no wrong? Here's the thing, folks. When you've supported him in all of his presidential runs and you've voted for him, it doesn't matter if you're a politician or just a regular citizen, you have every right to criticize him. You have the right to criticize him. Doesn't make you a traitor, doesn't make you a liberal, doesn't make you any of that stuff. You have the right to criticize him. See, you're the boss. You hired a guy, and if he's not doing up to par what you expect him to do, you have every right to be a critic of his work. And I'm not saying Trump's done everything bad. He's done some good things, but he's done some extremely bad things. He ran on an America First platform, and he's been nothing. He has been nothing but Israel first. Look at the numbers, folks. We continue to give tons and billions of dollars to them. We continue to lay down for them. We've been doing it forever. He's another one of those dopey presidents like everyone before him that sported the little cap and went over and kissed the wall. And besides kissing Nettie's asshole. Anyway, enough of that. But when you have an America First Congresswoman, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and you have someone of the likes of Thomas Massie, who have been America First, who have stood their ground, who have stood and represented the American people, not their parties, and then they call Trump out, and then because his massive ego gets bruised, he decides he's going to throw out insults and criticisms, and then like he did recently with Marjorie Taylor Greene, has withdrawn his support. Congratulations, President Trump. You have now divided conservatives, okay? And you have now thrown away support for one of the best congresswomen, congresspersons we have ever had that has stood up for nothing but the American people and the Constitution. And besides that, has more balls than the rest of you idiots in Congress combined. Okay. Thomas Massie, a lot of people are criticizing him. A lot of people don't like him. Why? Because he just has criticized Trump on a few things. Is that not his right? Do we not have that right anymore, folks? Is that First Amendment speech gone?
Yeah, and then Trump wants to, attack these people, which is fucking childish in my eyes, for a president. Come on, Trump, get your fucking act together, dude.
Oh, he's showing his true colors. He's showing his true colors now. I mean, I can understand somebody who wants loyalty, but loyalty doesn't mean that you cannot stand up and openly criticize someone when they're dropping the ball. And for you people out there that are, oh, I stand behind Trump no matter what. Well, you know what? You're a little brainwashed too. I'm sorry, but you are. You need to learn to open your minds up, folks, at the fact that he is not a man that can do no wrong. He's not one of these guys that is perfect. He makes a lot of mistakes. He still has not lived up to the fact that he was the one responsible for the COVID vaccine and bringing it in, Operation Warp Speed. He's the one that's still making deals with Big Pharma, okay? He's still allowing more money and allowing Israel to get away with a lot of corrupt shit. And I'm sorry, my fellow Christians out there, you need to do your homework on the New Testament a little bit. I'm sorry, but you need to open your eyes up, see that this Israel was created in 1948 by the UN. It's not the one of the Bible. It is not the ancestry of Abraham and Jacob. Sorry, folks. This is a corrupt government. This is like the United States. It's a corporation, basically. Okay. It has no biblical value to it whatsoever, this government of Israel. Netanyahu, by the way, is up for some charges too, which Trump defended him on. And he's a freaking criminal, folks. He's a criminal. Okay. So I'm going on and on and on, I know. But you know what? Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie are not wrong. Their criticisms of Trump are not wrong. They have not supported like 325 DC politicians have. 325 DC politicians support AIPAC, folks. That's more than half, putting America number 2, second, not first. So you tell me, are you going to continue to support this, folks? If you continue to say, I will just die on the hill of Trump, well, then you're just going to plain die. You know why? Because you're going to fall for the trap of deception like we have many, many times
Yeah.
before. Many, many
Unfortunately,
times.
and it's really sad. It's so sad, Tig.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
because
sorry.
we all voted for him, and
We voted for him 3 times.
yeah,
We had expectations. We bought into it. We said, yeah, he was a great president the first time around. He's going to be great the second time around. You know, we applaud we back ICE. We back deportations. We like the fact that we are cracking down on illegals. That's a great job that he did. I like the tariffs that he imposed. I think that's a good thing too. But there's so much that he has not done that he was supposed to do. Mr. I'm going to end the Russian-Ukraine war didn't happen.
and he wasn't going to give money to Ukraine or anybody else, and here he is
Yeah, he's
sending
allowing it.
pallets of cash.
He's allowing it. He's allowing Israel to get away with genocide and murder. Clearly, it is genocide. I don't care. You people want to be brainwashed and think, oh, Israel, they're the greatest. They're God's chosen people. Yeah, I don't think God would be. I don't think he would. I don't think he would
Approve of genocide.
approve of killing many, many, many people that have been
No.
killed. Actually, over the last few years, they added up the tally. I can actually report it to people if they want me to. But it's been reported that Netanyahu is responsible for more deaths in the last few years than Adolf Hitler. And the numbers are there too, folks. I could dig into it. You know,
Dig into it, Tig, for our next episode. Hey, now, before we went on, I was kind of brought up a little ditty about Nick Fuentes, and and you had thrown in Tucker's name as well. It was about a couple months ago. We came out with a show as MAGA dead.
Yeah,
and now they're saying this.
MAGA is dying profusely. They are bleeding out every stinking day. Because let me tell you something, folks. There was a lot of people, and there still is, and I'm one of them that supports Marjorie Taylor Greene. And now I support Massie too. And what I'm seeing is Trump and his criticisms and his throwing out insults because people have the guts to challenge him, even the people that have supported him. That, to me, what he's doing is dividing conservatives. If you divide conservatives, including MAGA, you might as well just say MAGA's dead right now out of the water. In fact, why don't you just hand the midterms to the Democrats? Because that's what's going to happen right now. Because when you are like Trump and you turn around, because Marjorie Taylor Greene's been with him since the beginning. Thomas Massie was even with him. They've supported him. They've supported his policies and everything else. It isn't until recently that they said, hey, wait a minute, hold the phone here. What are you doing? And then all of a sudden, his massive ego just can't handle the criticism. Sorry, you're not perfect, Trump. You're far from perfect. And I don't know what
quit defending the damn Epstein file. You're defending this Epstein bullshit. The more he does that, the more guilty he's looking.
Yeah, and that's the thing is there's so many pictures of him hanging out with Clinton and Epstein, and people are saying, "Oh, that's phony pictures. That's phony pictures." I don't know, this recent one with him, touching Bill Clinton a certain area doesn't look so phony to me anymore.
It's AI. I don't believe one shit and bit of it.
It could be, but here's the thing. Everybody knows he was friends with the Clintons, very good friends with the Clintons. Did anything really change?
Yeah, I don't think he sucked Bubba off, though.
Is it just an act? Is it just an act? Or is he still real good friends with Bubba?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't even trust anything. Don't believe anything. But let me tell you something, folks. Trump is a pervert. Okay. He's been a known womanizer for years. Okay, he's been a deviant for years, long before he ever ran. I don't care. That's just the way it is. And it's a fact he did love younger women and stuff. He's no better. Well, he's probably better than some of these other politicians, of course. But the point I'm trying to make here is both parties are guilty of association with Epstein, including nations. And what I'm trying to say here is, what are you hiding, Trump? I don't care. You got people out there saying, oh, well, okay, if Trump was guilty by association, if he had anything to do with Epstein's Island, then the Democrats would have jumped on him a long time ago and would have nailed him on it. No, they wouldn't have. You know why? Because most of the Democrats were on Epstein's island. Most of the Democrats are pedophilias, they're pedos, and guilty in some way of knowledge or actually participation in child trafficking. So why would they go after Trump when most of their people are guilty too? They'd be committing suicide. All right. Both parties are guilty. That's why they're hushing on the Epstein files. And this is ridiculous. I don't care what party you're from, what affiliation you're from. If you're a pedophile and a child trafficker, you should hang. Period. You should face justice. And I'm sorry to say, but if every single one of these idiots guilty of being on Epstein's island and participating, if they were brought to justice, our government would be done. Lots of major people, I should say, in the entertainment industry would be done. You'd see a whole new America as you know it. For one, probably a whole new Israel, probably a whole new England. Because the crown's guilty too. That's why they took away the prince's royal title recently. You know what prince I'm talking about. Andrew took away his title. He's not a prince anymore, according to the king. Wonder why that is. So it is what it is. And I think Trump's defending some people, and I think he's afraid to go after the files as well. Are you there, Bull? So what we have is dead air right now. I'm going to continue to talk just in case. And I'll tell you what, people, you got to understand that if you vote for somebody, you have every right to criticize them. You have every right to be suspicious of both politicians on both parties, both sides. These people, they should have not shut us down for as long as they did. The government shut down. They continue to get nothing much done. If you ask me about Trump, I will tell you he has betrayed America first. Maybe he has a big plan, who knows? But the fact of the matter is, if he doesn't, then he's looking every bit a traitor. Go figure that he did during his campaign, repeatedly done you knew I was a snake and you let me in. So I don't know what to tell you folks out there, but I tell you what, you can sit there and criticize people like me. I'm America first. I always have been, and I've always been a conservative, a constitutional conservative, and I'm defending Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie at this point because I don't like what I'm seeing from the Trump administration. You can say what you will about it, but I'm seeing some corruption. I'm seeing some true colors. I'm seeing some betrayal of what we voted for. And you can't just sit there and hurl insults and take away your support for a good representative like Marjorie Taylor Greene and expect the party not to get divided instantly, including the MAGA movement. So be that as it may, I don't know where Bull went, and I'm right here still talking, and I can't just stop talking, so I don't want there to be dead air. But I don't know. I don't know where Bull went right now. So next up, we were going to talk about chemtrails. During the shutdown, there was no chemtrails. There was perfect blue skies. Completely perfect blue skies. People were feeling better. They were healthy. I have sinus problems. My sinuses were cleared up. My wife was feeling better. And all of a sudden, as soon as they reopen up the government, you see all those lines in the skies reappear, the graphs, the chemtrails, the bad chemicals that they're using to poison the earth. They're using to poison us. It's part of a depopulation program that they've had. weather modification as well, HARP. You know, some people in the central part of the country, Midwest, noticed all these so-called northern lights. They weren't real northern lights, folks. That's due to weather modification as well. It was probably poison gases in the air too, because that's what they want to do. And ever since those lines, ever since the chemtrails have been appearing, my sinuses have gotten worse. Um, you know, people have been reporting not feeling well ever since. So, you know, this is not a conspiracy anymore. People are waking up to the fact that we are being poisoned. They're poisoning our skies. Um, so, you know, I tell you what, I don't know if petitioning does any good, but if you're out there and you hate these chemtrails and stuff, maybe we should do some kind of national petition or petition in your own state to put a stop to this, to put a stop to poisoning our skies through these chemtrails. Um, you know, along with that is the 5G, and the 5G is also another thing that people have said that's a conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory. Um, we can debunk that. No, you can't debunk that, because with all the 5G, when they turn that on, that produces than more radiation than people are supposed to be able to handle, more radiation than their bodies can take. All right, it's a health issue, and it's going to slowly kill a lot of people, if not destroy their health. Mark my words on it. Do your own research. Go through the rabbit hole, and you know, do the research. You will find out 5G is bad for us. The chemtrails are bad for us. They continue to poison the drinks, the water. They're doing everything they can to kill us. And then they're turning around and saying this and that is bad for us, when this and that they say is bad is not. So what you should do when the government says something to you, believe the opposite, because don't buy the bullshit. They are not looking out for us. It's them against us in every which way. And I don't believe that our President Trump is looking out for us anymore either. He's looking out to other entities. He's looking out for his own elitist friends. He's not looking out for us. Prove to me he's looking out for us. Because to me, the only thing that's changed since he's taken office, really, and me personally, is maybe he's went after the illegals a lot better. He's done some things that are good. Some tariffs. I believe in tariffs as well. Um, but he hasn't shut down these three. He hasn't done anything towards these corrupt three-letter agencies. He continues the foreign aid, which you know what? The foreign aid is killing us. We're continuing to go further and further in debt while these foreigners are getting aid, and while they're sitting better, we're not. And then they're turning around and they're making deals. Our politicians such as Lindsey Graham, Chuck Schumer, Pelosi, those for years, they've been making deals through this foreign aid by getting kickbacks. So these governments such as Ukraine, such as Israel, they kick back that money to our politicians that have made these deals. And the politicians are basically getting rich and continuing to get rich off of our taxpayer dollars. So all this is happening, and we're having technical difficulties right now. That's why you haven't seen or heard from Bull, and that's why I'm continuing this show. But I don't know how much I can continue this episode very much longer, if you know, because we've already covered a lot of stuff, and I'm not getting any conversation dialogue out of this, and I can only do a monologue so long. But I would suggest this, folks: wake up, open up your minds. Stop thinking completely left and completely right. Know that there's two wings to the same bird when it comes to government. They're not looking out for our best interests. Wake up and know that we need to stand against this corruption that is both parties that are basically only looking out for themselves and not looking out for us. And until we continue this division in this country, we're only going to fall deeper and deeper. And one day this country is going to collapse completely. We're already looking at like or have already become like modern Rome. And ancient Rome actually imploded because of social, political issues, financial issues, their military being spread thinly across the countries, the nations that they were occupying. It's familiar with what we are today, and we're slowly collapsing as a nation. And if the people don't stand up to this, we're going to collapse. Another thing, we need to stand against this digital ID that's coming, and they are pushing it. Other nations have already got it in play. We need to stand against this, and we need to stand against any digital currency, digital ID. Digital ID is the beginning of digital currency. This right here, you've got a lot of politicians that have sold out already to this idea. And what it is up to us as a nation, up to us as a people to say absolutely not. We need to say, stop the chemtrails. We need to tell Trump, you know what? You need to start doing America first. You need to start doing what we voted for you to do. Same goes for the majority in the House. You need to start looking after the American people, start making America first. Stop trying to divide your own party. But most of all, parties need to stop playing into their own party, and they need to stand tall and say enough is enough. We are representing the people. John Fetterman, he's been criticized by his own party. He has said, I'm not a Democratic president. I'm not a Republican president. Or a senator. I'm sorry, excuse me, a senator. Yeah, I'm looking at him maybe running in the future, folks. But see, he's even said himself, I'm not a senator for the Democrat Party. I'm not a senator for the Republican Party. I'm a senator for the people, the people of the United States. That's the mentality that these politicians ought to have and are not having. That's the mentality that Thomas Massie has. That's the mentality that Marjorie Taylor Greene has. I don't see it in Trump anymore, folks, because when he continues to put another nation in priority of us, clearly you should wake up and see that that's a big no-no. That goes against what we voted for. So I would say you people need to wake up. You need to wake up fast because we're about to lose our country, and we're losing it fast. And they have a big agenda, and we're not standing up, and we're not saying, you know what, we're not going up and saying to our politicians, enough of the chemtrails, quit poisoning our earth, stop selling out to big pharma, stop selling out to the foreign countries, start thinking America first, start looking out for the people. And both liberal and conservatives, they're too busy stuck in their own party platform. They're too busy pointing fingers, criticizing each other, and not looking at the big picture. And the big picture is this is about the American people, and we're all getting screwed. I don't know if I'm still recording or not. It looks like I am, but I cannot say any much longer. I don't know what Bull would have to say right now because he has been off the air ever since.
Yeah, we're still recording, but I'm having some difficulties here.
Should we shut her down? Should we say sayonara, make it close it out? Do you have anything else to say? Because I just rambled on for a long time and I just don't really have much more to say.
It's always something.
Yeah. So just seems to be the way things have been going personally for my wife.
Well, we can wrap it up.
So this seems like there's been a long run of bad luck going on this last couple of weeks too, personally, for myself and my wife. I don't know about you, Bull, but I think I said enough. I don't know. I'm just really frustrated. I'm frustrated with Trump. I'm frustrated with our political parties, as I've
You're
always.
good, Tig.
I'm frustrated with the American people for sleeping on this and not taking a stand, and sitting there continuing to cry about conspiracy theories and sit there and point the fingers when really we need to look at what's going on. Look at the big picture here. It's not really about left or right anymore. It's about one uni party against all of us. One uni party against all of us.
Hey, well, we'll just go ahead and shut her down. Thanks for following Stars, Bars, and Cigars tonight.
Yeah.
And we'll be back soon.
We'll be back.
Yeah, let's shut her down.
Yep. Thanks.
Have a good night, folks.
You've been listening to Stars, Bars, and Cigars. Two conservative vets telling it like it is. The rally cry for those who appreciate bold truths served with a side of mayhem.
Roger, outside, disciple 4, copies all. We'll keep him sweating until we see Butcher 3. Out.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. And if you didn't, well, why are you still here, Snowflake? We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, follow us on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and hear our precious voices on all the streaming services. Until next time, keep the spirit of freedom roaring.